Howdy folks, hope you're all having a good weekend. Welcome back to Into the Dead, where we're still trying to complete the airlift escape plan. We found a helicopter. Unfortunately, the pilot, Cooper here, I'm not saying he doesn't know how to fly a helicopter. Clearly he does. I'm just not sure he knows how to land one, because he managed to spread it over most of the back garden of Millwood Manor. Somebody was actually saying in the comments of the previous video, as I was giving Cooper the pilot copious amounts of shit for his lack of landing skills, it's a bit hypocritical, Jingles, criticising somebody for not being able to land an aircraft. Well, I mean, yeah, you kind of make a valid point, but also at the same time, I'm not actually a pilot. If you're not a pilot and you crash an aircraft, it's no embarrassment. If you are a pilot and you crash an aircraft, hang your head in shame. But anyway, Cooper is injured. We've patched up most of his injuries, but he still has a broken wrist. In order to fix that, we're going to need a splint. So there's two ways you can get a splint. You can scavenge one, or you can upgrade your medical station and make one. Now, as other people have pointed out, and yeah, fair enough, I will take shit for this one. There is actually a family planning clinic within scavenging range of our current shelter, which will almost certainly, well, not almost certainly, will very probably have a lot of medical supplies, which might include a splint. Certainly more than, for example, the Briarwood Motel, which is where I'm currently scavenging. However, there is a method to my madness. The reason I haven't gone for the family planning clinic, I mean, aside from the fact that it's a family planning clinic, if I wanted to find contraceptives, that's the first place I'd go, but it's not the kind of place you go to get broken limbs treated. Although I'm not sure that kind of logic applies to the game. It's a medical centre, so it's more likely to have medical items, but whatever, anyway. There is, however, a method to my madness in not checking out the family planning clinic and instead coming here to the Briarwood Motel. Is what I'm looking for here, or is this the way back to the shelter? Yeah, that's the way back. I wonder if I can climb that drain pipe. Let's have a go. I can. See, the reason I'm here is because we received a tip-off, and there it is, that a military airdrop had been spotted at the Briarwood Motel. Oh, and I've been here before, and I never bothered checking the vantage point, so 2 new locations. And in a military airdrop, I'm expecting food, weapons, bingo, medical supplies. There's the splint. I'm going to ditch these pebbles and I'll take the hatchet. Dear diary, jackpot. I wonder, is that going to drop me down the hole? Or, nope, we're good. Anything in the bathroom? I have been here before, hence the partially scavenged stuff and the relative lack of undead. But I never fully cleared it, as you can tell. I think this is actually, if I remember correctly, where I came across one of my first survivors. What was his name? Hudson, something like that. He was an utter wanker. He was sheltering out on the roof on top of the office. Just an absolute dick, and his skills weren't that great, so I kicked him to the curb. Anyway, back to the shelter. We have the splint. So, we can get Cooper fixed up and then figure out how to continue with this airlift escape plan. Here we go, Cooper, fully recovered. Kicking himself. He only took the job for the extra cash and now he's stuck in Walton like the rest of us. Well, here we go. On the flight in before everything went to hell, he spotted another helicopter on the top of the St. Bernadette Hospital. So there's a working helicopter on top of the hospital. And the unled threat level has now increased again across the entire city. So, we now have 2 objectives. Get to the hospital and find the aviation fuel item. Now, it's saying this is an optional objective, although, as mentioned, I'm not actually a pilot, so I'm not an expert on the subject, but I believe most helicopters tend to fly better when they have fuel in them. And the fuel is all the way down here. Huh. And where's the hospital? Oh wow. Okay, so the hospital's relatively nearby, but the fuel is right at the other end of the city. So I think we're going to move the shelter and start like leapfrogging our way across the city. I'm definitely going to get the fuel first. Okay, Cooper's recovering, and here it is. This was going to happen sooner or later, and it just did. We are now out of water. Well, we're not out of water, but there's no more running water. The city's water supply just died. This was always going to happen, but we have plenty of bottled water for cooking, and we have access to shelters where we can actually collect rainwater. And between Daphne and Christine, I've stopped, even though we're feeding 4 people now, I've managed to stockpile so much food, I'm almost certainly not going to run out. All I really want to do right now is basically leapfrog from shelter to shelter to get back down to the southern end of the city and get myself within scavenging range of the container yard in order to find that aviation fuel item. It's my understanding that these escape plan quest items, like the aviation fuel, you can pick them up even without having the... Oh, hang on. Hygiene is slipping and the shelter's starting to stink. 2 bottled water removed. That's fine. I've got plenty of bottled water. But yeah, these escape plan quest items, the aviation fuel, for example, here in the airlift escape plan, you can pick them up even without having the escape plan, or having discovered the escape plan, or started the relevant escape plan. It's loot that's there in the world, whether you have that escape plan or not. So it's entirely possible for you to be scavenging a location, come across an escape plan quest item, think, what the hell's that? Take it back to the shelter, and then later on, start that escape plan, and you've already got the stuff that you need to get the escape plan done, completely by accident. Well, I can't actually get to the salvage yard, container yard, the place where the aviation fuel is. So there is, however, in the correct direction, an unscouted location, 38 Irving Drive, and from there I should be able to spot a place, possibly, hopefully, with a shelter that I can move to that is going to be within range. So next stop, 38 Irving Drive. This place isn't a shelter, but I'm going to need to find the vantage point here to scout out other potential shelters. And pick up any loot that just happens to be lying around too. Something in the truck. Duct tape and scrap metal. I'll have that. Always useful. Alright, there's nothing in the front room. There's a dormant zombie in the back. Hang on a minute. I recognise this place. Is this... I think back when the game existed in demo form, this was the first location that you scouted. Yeah, it is. I thought I'd seen it before. Alright, there's basically nothing here. I mean, there's a vantage point on the roof there. There's a stash where somebody was staying on the roof. There we go. Old Ballard and Texway Gas, Hart Street. Texway Gas, Hart Street is a shelter. I know that. So, good. There's a stash there. And I'm pretty sure there's a zombie in the backyard next to a shed that needs lockpicks. I'm positive I've seen this place before. It was the first place that you scavenged. Yeah, there's the zombie and there's the shed. This was the first place that you scavenged when the game was only available in demo form. There we go. There's actually some very useful stuff in there. I'm definitely taking the firearm parts. What can I ditch? The beer, yeah. And we'll have the firearm parts for making more 357 Magnum loads. And then back to the shelter. And I'm pretty sure that the next stop is going to be the Texway Gas on Hart Street, which I'm almost positive is actually a shelter. So let's take a look. Yeah, there we go. Texway gas on Hart Street. It is a shelter, and I'll guarantee you that is within scavenging range of container yard number 3. So, next stop, Texway gas station on Hart Street. It's actually got reasonably good facilities as well. So let's get ourselves equipped. Priority is going to be to kill all of the zombies so we can move in. Loot, secondary. Got plenty of ammo for the 357 Magnum. Ammo actually stacks up to, I think, 20. I'm taking 12, that's 2 loads. And I think that is good. Plenty of weapons, tools. Don't really need anything else. Remember, if you clear out all of the undead from a place that can be used as a shelter, once you move in, you pick up all of the loot that you didn't bother bringing back with you. So, I'm going to use the shank first because it's quiet, it's a stealth kill weapon, and it's basically going to break on the next use, and once that happens, it frees up an inventory slot. Some stuff here. I'll take it all. I'll probably end up throwing some of it away as being mostly useless, but... Okay. I'm going to back up here. I mean, in theory, I should be able to crouch down behind that car and not get spotted, but I'm not 100% sure. I seem to remember from playing the demo that you will actually get spotted, maybe. Let's just put it this way. I don't want to take the chance. Let it... Oh, God, there's 2 of them. Of course, there's 2 of them, and that's going to make things difficult. I should still be able to pull this off. I must remember that shank is probably going to break on the first stealth kill, though. Yep. Oh, God, there's another one. No, 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 no. Bollocks. Fortunately, I have a Magnum. Where did the other one... Here it comes. That would have worked if there'd only been the 2 of them. I was in the act of switching at the hatchet to stealth kill the second one, then the third one turned up. That hardly seems fair. You can get up here, by the way. And you can already see the vantage point. It's on top. I seem to recall there was a radio in here with another survivor on the other end of it. Yeah. This is Joe. Joe's a pretty good survivor, actually. So you can actually give him the location of your shelter and have him meet you there. And he's not a bad survivor. He's got some useful abilities. The problem is I don't really need him. Sorry, Joe. He can carry extra stuff. You get extra components at the dismantling station. The only problem is he loses morale when his hunger is low, which wouldn't be a problem with Daphne and Christine churning out more food than anybody can possibly eat. But I just don't need him. Okay, we've got some components there. That's good. For station upgrades back at the shelter. Oh crap! That door's open. Oh shit! Oh, it didn't see me. I don't know how it didn't see me, but I ain't taking chances. Okay, I know I've cleared them out from the forecourt down here, so let's explore downstairs. I mean, I'm going to need to kill them all anyway, because I want to move into this place as a shelter. So, what's locked away behind the counter? Ah. An ARC-4 Guerrilla Assault Rifle. This is basically an M16. I need a level 3 weapons bench in order to be able to build it. And I didn't know this at the time, but it's awful. Well, I mean, that's not fair. It isn't awful. The problem is it's a burst fire automatic rifle. So it's going to fire 3 shots every time you pull the trigger, even if you only need 1. So it is horrendously wasteful in ammunition. I'm really enjoying the 357 Magnum though. And there is a far, far better rifle. What do we have here? There's a lot of useful stuff in this gas station. And yeah, I know. I don't need to mess around with inventory management because we're going to move into this place as a shelter, but old habits die hard and all that. And just in case, because I know you're supposed to automatically loot everything when you move into a place as a shelter. I know you're supposed to. Oh, hang on. Oh, the other escape plan. Yes. Not that we're doing that now. Although I will, because I'm going to show you all the escape plans. But yeah, I know you're supposed to automatically gather all of the loot that you didn't scavenge when you move into a place and claim it as a shelter. I know that's supposed to happen, but better safe than sorry. I do like to pick up the more immediately valuable stuff. That's 6 shots fired. Got 1 full load left. I know there's one up on the roof. And I think that's it. I think that's the last one. Oh, 2 on the roof. Alright. Is that it? No. Oh wow, 3 up here. Okay, that is it. Place has been cleared. Check the vantage point while I'm here. Oh, there's a garden here. Rooftop garden there. This might actually be a pretty good shelter. Fire station number 8. Oh, Hackett Construction Incorporated. I'll bet you there's a ton of useful stuff there. But anyway, that's this place cleared out. Texway Gas, Hart Street. There's more than one Texway gas station in Walton. This is the Hart Street one. So, back to... I can't even remember where the shelter currently is. Was it 38 Irving Drive? Some shit like that. I don't know. Whatever. We're moving. Doesn't matter. Brought some good stuff back. Do I want to move right now? Or maybe spend a phase constructing stuff? Now that I have the... we'll move right now. I can always do that. Upgrade my workstations at Texway Gas while Penny's out scavenging the container yard for that aviation fuel. So Cooper can finally start pulling his weight instead of just lounging around the shelter consuming resources. Let's get Daphne to work making some bolt cutters and lockpicks. I'm going to need to rest her soon. Cooper's still in recovery. I mean, we fixed his injuries, but he still needs to recover from them, so he's basically no use to anybody until that happens. Can feed him at least. And now it's time to send Penny out to container yard number 3 in order to locate that aviation fuel. All of that coming up in the next episode. Hope you've enjoyed this one. Hope you're all having a great day. And as always, take care, and I'll catch you next time.